Well, hey, Aquarians, how about a reading for you today? I have a new deck. I'm going to be crazy and see if I can read it for you. And I have a couple of other decks that will help us out that I can read. But this is the Brady Tarot. Beautiful deck. A friend gave it to me. And it is all based in animals and indigenous images. Anyway, well, let's just see what happens. I feel like I want to shuffle again. Do a 4-card release, embrace, hidden influences, future energy reading for you. And I'll clarify with a couple decks here. Just kind of go off my usual map just because I'm not sure what these cards are whether they'll speak to me yet. But they're my guinea pigs. Okay, they're really in-depth cards. Okay, so the release is the Sun, which is a card about absolute ultimate happiness here. So that could be like an idea of what happiness is. We'll clarify. The embrace is the Star. A wonderful image of healing and wish fulfillment. A card of Aquarius too. So that's you embracing yourself, Aquarius. And I'm getting much more of a feel of moving from fire into the night, into the feelings. But we'll see as we keep going here. Your hidden influence is a 4 of arrows, which is a card of withdrawal according to the deck here. The arrows are swords, they're air, and you are a sign of air, and withdrawal is usually it's what the 4 of Swords means, which is more healing. So you go alone and sort of inside of yourself to heal. And I can look up this bird in the book here. Definitely worth looking up what kind of birds are here. I know in the Star it's the ibis, and the Sun is the goldfinch. Let's see. In the future, well, it's unknown. It's the moon. See how these are a lot going on. A little bit hard to see what's happening in these beautiful woodcuts. But the moon is the unknown illusion. We will, of course, try to find out more. And underlying is equilibrium, which is a 2 of Pentacles. Is that right? Yeah, 2 of Roots. Roots are pentacles in this deck. And in the image, I read about this today, you can see there's a little bunny rabbit under the ground in the burrow, and then there is a fox who has captured a bunny rabbit to eat. And so this is really about balance, about thinking about how something that happens to you may be affecting others. So kind of looking outside of, well, this is happening to me, into how it fits into the bigger picture. And that's definitely a part of the Aquarian nature, to be humanitarian, to think broadly about helping the earth, helping others. It seemed like I wanted to use a couple of animal decks here for you Aquarians tonight. Okay, I'm going to pull one card from this deck, and then I'll pull one from another new deck, which is quite different, but it made me think of a very airy, intellectual kind of sci-fi energy. But we'll start here with another animal deck, which is the Guardian of the Night. Let's see what we have here. So we're going to clarify each of these cards. The Sun, we get the 8 of Cups. So this is, as I guessed, it has to do with feeling unfulfilled. So it might be that your happiness, your idea of the Sun is something that you might want to reassess, or change, move away from. The Eight of Cups is a card of about to go on a spiritual journey because you're missing a cup and you need to go look for that cup. A tiger is considering walking away here from an unfulfilling situation. This doesn't have to mean, it's not a 3D walk away. It's a emotional transformation, a spiritual journey sometimes here. I want to shuffle between each card. Now the Star, which is your embrace, is wish fulfillment. So let's see if we can find out more about what that means for you. The Knight of Cups. This is, you can see this swan. There's a little cup there at the bottom with a red bird. This is the classy knight of the deck, has a genuine love offer. Has the cup that's missing in the Eight of Cups here. So yeah, this is emotional fulfillment that you can embrace here. We'll see. Bear with me. I'm not totally seeing this yet, what the story is here. Now your withdrawal here. This is your hidden influence. You might not be aware of a need to withdraw, or that there's somebody around you who is healing or gone inward. That's interesting. You get then a Four of Pentacles, where we have another version of going inward. There's a little bit of control in the Four of Pentacles, like the fox, see here, has all these bunny rabbits down in the den and is kind of hoarding them. Or so it's this new deck, actually, the Four of Pentacles in this deck is the Four of Roots. And I read about that card today, and I learned that, and it made me think of that when I looked at this fox. There is a sense of withdrawal on both of these cards, of going down into the den under the roots with what you have. And so the outcome here, the future we have, is the Moon. So withdrawal. The fours. The Moon, we get Temperance with that. Patience, waiting for the right mix of things. Lots of water. This is another emotional. Like I see here, you have the Star, and in the Star, there's the ibis has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. It's about the emotions and the senses, and really like having a rich experience of the work of Earth, I think, here. And then you have Temperance, which always reminds me, in the traditional deck, I often think the Star and Temperance look very similar, in that you have 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land there. And we can see this is happening in the future here under the Moon. So it looks like in the future there's something unknown, and that you're going to have to kind of wait for that to unfold. And so far the idea that I'm getting is that you have an idea of happiness that you might want to rethink. It's a feeling of unfulfillment, that's an emotional unfulfillment, but you're invited to embrace this Knight of Cups. We see these two birds in your embrace. So this is you, the Star, and then this is this, could be another person, water sign. Knight of Cups has a genuine love. Feels like, yeah, there is wish fulfillment right there. It looks like an attitude change for me, of going from this is what it should look like to this is what I have, and I'm me in it, and then I have this emotional connection that is genuine and heartfelt. Hidden, though, from you is this withdrawal, this control, this... Yeah, and it's not coming through to me what that is about. And then the moon is here in Temperance. So the future is a very much wait and see kind of future. But whatever these fours are, this Four of Pentacles and this Four of Arrows. Let me actually read about this card here so we can see. And I have another deck I'm going to pull from, but I'm a little bit distracted because I know a family member who might look at this, and so I feel shy about doing this. It's funny, but that's all right. We'll see what comes. Okay, so the Four of Arrows with withdrawal, caution, and even inaction. Thinking before tackling a problem head on, holding back or pulling away, especially when faced with an aggressor or an emotionally manipulative person, someone who thrives on fighting. In a more general sense, whether facing an active conflict or not, it might benefit a person to turn energy inward to rest or do some inner work on yourself. This action might be emphasized with the Hermit or High Priestess. So there's a lot of direction in this reading for you to go into your intuitive knowing, to go inward and know. The Four of Arrows, which is usually the Four of Swords, you're an air sign, right? So that's an air suit in the tarot, and it's about going in, and often you can be blindfolded or pushing other ideas away when you're in the state of the Four of Arrows. So you're listening to your intuition, you're listening to what you know inside. The truth lies within you when you're in a Four of Arrows. If the card appears in a reading with the Lovers or the Two of Horns. Okay, so what I want to know about the picture. The picture shows a greater potu, the largest of a family of birds called nightjars. The greater potu lives in the tropical forests of southern Central America. Enemies no doubt abound there, but so do opportunities to conceal themselves. They do not actually hide, but blend into their surrounding as so well that predators do not notice them. And in fact, it's hard to see the difference between this bird and the tree. And so the arrows have hit the tree and missed the bird. Oh yeah, the bird's like sitting on a broken off branch there. That's pretty cool. In the picture, the potu stands on a broken branch. Yeah, so what we just saw. The elaborate Mayan arrows with their obsidian points and white downy feathers show that the attack is real, but the potu blends further into the setting by holding one of the arrows in its claw. In a human situation, say of abuse, it might be possible to use the aggressor's behavior to regain some sense of power, for example, by documenting it after the moment has passed. In some situations, whether a relationship, family, or work, it might be best not to fight aggression head on. But withdrawal should not be permanent. Wait for an opportunity to act. Wow, so this is very much about being strategic in withdrawing. And then the Four of Pentacles here is definitely about keeping the little bunnies. I mean, this is a predator with his prey. I'm really having a hard time understanding what is hidden from you here. Let me pull from one more deck. Usually I pull 3 clarifiers, and I'm going to do that with this deck. This is the Mystic Mondays deck. It's quite airy. This was the one I planned to use for you air signs here. Okay, so the 8 of Cups, we get strength. rising to your higher self. This is the second tiger that we see here. The Empress. This is your release. So usually kind of tell us what's going on here. When I pull a few cards. And the Three of Cups. Friendship. So the Strength card is really about rising to your highest self. The Empress is like the Queen of Queens, and she has, this one looks to be on vacation to me. And when we think about strength as rising to your highest self, this is a tiger, and we can see with the tail, it's just approaching in a very friendly way. So often this card we see a predator who is not dangerous. They are coming from love. So rising to that kind of higher self. And we also had this tiger. Oh, I can't get the card off the table. This is from the Eight of Cups. So we're kind of clarifying about what is unfulfilling. And it seems to have to do with this idea of absolute happiness. I see two birds here. Definitely also this card is about summer. And we are currently in the winter. And then we get strength, the Empress, the kind of goddess of earth, of nature, and the Three of Cups. This is friendship, socializing, reconciliation sometimes. I feel like you're waiting, you're stuck, and you're looking forward to summer. You're looking forward to socializing with other people, and it's taking a lot of strength for you to be like, she seems stuck. I'm thinking about, it's winter, we're still sheltering in place, and there can be a dissatisfaction that comes with that, and a looking forward. The Eight of Cups, the tiger is actually looking backward, so it's giving me a sense of nostalgia. It looks to me like you currently don't have access to what you consider makes you happy. So the embrace here, let's see what we can find out about that embrace here. We have the Star, which is you, but also wish fulfillment. And we have the Knight of Cups, which is, I always call him the classy love offer. Just a genuine, good-hearted ideal. So let's see what else we get with this person, this Knight of Cups. We get the Two of Pentacles, which is balance, can sometimes be that kind of move in infinity symbol that we see here. So this can be like, sometimes there's two things or two states that you're moving between. The Devil. This is addiction. This is codependence. This is lack of self-esteem. Okay. And then we get the Nine of Pentacles. This is very 3D, very practical, abundance. This is a person in solitude here. Yeah. And I see the same kind of, there's three birds, and they're all kind of, they're looking forward. It's going to look back like they're looking in the past on the screen to you, but you can see all these three birds, and I see their curved heads, their necks here, and these are all a part of this idea of wish fulfillment. Let's see. I think there's a juggling between the kind of an ideal state, ideal of love, ideal of being healthy, and that you might be kind of wrestling with the devil here. The devil isn't always bad. Like this can be like, and you're supposed to, this is your embrace, right? So you need to embrace this process. And there's another card here, Temperance. It gives you the same kind of this gesture, as does the star, of putting water in here and water on the land, kind of moving the elements around the emotions. And temperance is often like an angel pouring water, the emotions from one cup to the other cup, and getting balance. Yeah, I see. I see dissatisfaction and kind of like a head trip, like you're up in your head with your ideal for yourself, and then what's really going on here in this story. And so this is actually telling you to embrace this process, like the Nine of Pentacles and the Devil. These are what you're juggling in this story. So these are two very different states of being. This is the party girl. She's all goth. And this is the solitary, self-sufficient person. So you might have a sense that you're better on your own, or you miss people. I feel like you miss people in your release. And in this, it's almost like the devil in you is trapped alone. Yeah. Let's see. What's this hidden influence? These fours. I cannot get this. I don't understand what's going on here with you. It's hidden from you, so. The Ten of Cups. King of Pentacles. He's very Mr. In Control. And the Hanged Man. Yeah, I definitely see that you need to change your perspective. Yeah, I'll show you the cards. So the Ten of Pentacles. This is your hidden influence. It's total wish fulfillment, contentment. Then you get the King of Pentacles. He's like the rich guy in the deck. Look at him with his I love this gesture that he's making. It's like Mr. In Control, Mr. Type A. And then the Hanged Woman. She needs to change her perspective. That's what I see, like, and particularly in your emotional realm, that there's a need to change your mind about what makes you happy. Like, I get a strong feeling, and you have the Eight of Cups. It's a lack of wish fulfillment. We had the Empress. She seems nostalgic for a time of partying and socializing and summer and happiness. And we see the Devil and these birds. There's this idea of embracing being alone here. Yourself on your own, like to know yourself and to love yourself on your own. But it looks a little bit like there's a need to withdraw alone and to know yourself in your power, so that you can get a perspective change on whatever is going on in your life that you're not happy with, which seems to be your ideas of what makes you happy. And also, I think ideas about what is healthy. The embrace is suggesting embracing your highest self in solitude. I think you're the Knight of Cups here. I think this is you, your ideal of you. And to embrace that, it looks to me like embrace that from this devil energy, this lack of self-worth, this doubting yourself, or some kind of addiction is interfering with your ability to be this swan, this Knight of Cups. And so withdrawal is advised, and protecting your little pentacles, this control, this, yeah, I want to, actually, I'll read this to you from this other deck, because it was really interesting, the Four of Roots. It's in my head, so I want to, let's see. Let's see. Four Pentacles shows a king holding on tightly to his pentacles. And here we have a fox holding on tightly to her pentacles. An image many interpret as greed or miserliness. Others, however, see it as self-protection, especially if they view the pentacle discs as energy rather than money. The Four of Roots in this other deck takes this protection idea a step further to preservation. Possible meanings include drawing inward, separation from others, resting, and indeed doing what's needed to protect your money, your work. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting here. This goes along with, here's Mr. Money, and this is also your emotional well-being. That there is a need for you to get away and get some perspective on what that means at this point in your life. It's hard for me when these messages are like a little bit like this. It's not a fun message, so I resist these as a reader. So I can't deny what I see here. There needs to be this withdrawal, this self-protection. You're wanting to return to this ideal self, right? Because this is you. This is your card in the deck. This is you, your idea of yourself. You're wanting to return to this state, Aquarius. You're struggling with the devil. This card tells me you need some you time. You need to get some solitude so that you can balance out this energy. This is self-destructive energy. Then the hidden influences here confirm that. Withdrawal, Four of Pentacles. This is you, again, King of Pentacles, needing to feel like you have your shit together. That's what I'm getting. It's like you're needing to let go of nostalgia for how it was, for summer, longing for something to change on the outside. You need to reclaim yourself, your ideal of yourself, what's healthy for you. This is inside work. This is what this is telling you, to embrace that. You need to withdraw. You need to protect yourself. You need to be willing to hang out until your mind changes. The Hanged Woman, she hangs upside down so she gets some new perspective. It's a sucky place where you're stuck in it until you see clearly. The future here, what's going to come of this process of you not looking outward, but looking inward to you, to who you are, to your best self, to you loving yourself, is basically you are your own Knight of Cups. This story here. Come on, little cards, come off the table. This is what you're releasing. I'm unfulfilled. This is you embracing you. Look, you already you have the 9th cup right there, right? Your idea of total happiness. This summer scene with this other bird. First, you need to be okay with yourself. One bird. Swan, there in the Knight of Cups, one bird. And the Nine of Pentacles is you alone. It's solitude. It's completely whole in and of yourself. You don't have to be single for that. But you need to balance out this devil energy and get yourself healthy, right? Release this kind of party girl. I feel like there's too much drinking. But there's also nostalgia for friendship. There's so much nostalgia in this release. Yeah. Drinking, emotional, it doesn't, drama. Devil brings drama. So you need to you want to feel in control like this person. You might find that that's just not going to get you to your happiness, which is the 10 of Cups. So you need to change your understanding of things somehow. And maybe if we pull a few more cards here for the future, we will see how things may turn out ahead. Okay. Yeah, this new deck really adds a lot, but it's nervy of me to use it. Okay, this one speaks quite clearly. Okay, you intuitively, no, this is more intuition. The High Priestess, awesome. The Moon card here says your intuition in the future, that you intuitively know what's happening ahead. It's a new beginning ahead. Awesome. Ace of Pentacles, real 3D, real solid. So we have Moon and Pentacles. It's very much Temperance. 1 foot on solid ground, 1 foot in the mystery, emotional world that is epitomized here by the Moon. So there's going to be a little future of unknowing, of needing to trust your intuition, but also you have a brand new offer and you have a 2 of Cups in the future. This is a mirroring card. It can be about a new love. I'm seeing this as you looking in the mirror and recognizing yourself in the mirror. And many of us are in the middle of an identity, of re-examining our identities. This has to do with what's happening astrologically. We've had a lot of different movements of planets and stars that have us all looking at our identities for various reasons. And so this kind of identity crisis that's coming up in your cards, Aquarius, is in alignment with much happening in the collective. And so when I look at this 2 of Cups in your future, you're going to look different on the other side of this spirit, which is really a spiritual journey of self-examination, of returning to yourself, of withdrawal, of healing, self-protection, of changed perspective. And on the other side, we don't really know, right? Moon says we're not sure yet. There is health in Temperance, in the balancing of earth and water. We see that you being in touch with your intuition. I see you having a hold of, this is actually making me think of the sun, of joy. It just looks different from that original idea of total happiness. You'll have a hold of what that means for you, and you will have yourself. But you're going to look different to yourself. Yep. You'll be orange instead of white on the other side of this. So that's a really cool reading. You know, I might have lost some people because it was hard to push. It was hard to receive this message. But the message is quite clear at this point. So I wish you luck on this identity crisis. And may you find yourself here. May you find your the star that is you, this ibis, and this beautiful swan with a true heart, true open heart, the gift that is you. That is what this is about, reclaiming here, this process of. And so get that time, get that you time, that 9 of Pentacles, for the 4s, where you heal. It looks almost like it looks like a little bit dangerous with the devil and this self-preservation, this bird having to, there's a real threat here. So you may not, this is in the hidden influences. You may not be ready to see this threat that you're in. You may be feeling that. But the cards invite you to see something, to accept a journey. You do not have to take this journey. You can have a different future if you want. This one is a challenging perspective shift. But on the other side, you will recognize yourself again. You will have yourself again. You will have real happiness, a real tangible, beautiful new beginning in the future. So, good luck on your journey, Aquarians. Have a beautiful day.